Hi, I'm Tlish, and you're watching Coffee and Clix, a YouTube channel all about the game of HeroClix. I hope you enjoy my content. If you do, please subscribe. This YouTube channel has set reviews, interviews, unboxings, games, and even more. Stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget, wake up and smell the clicks. Welcome to another Team Build with Tlish video. I'm your host, Tlish, and you're watching Coffee and Clix. My last video, I did a comic book unboxing, and I realized that one of the figures that I own has the Young Avengers keyword. So I'm really excited to build a Young Avengers team today with the Avengers Forever, Marvel HeroClix Avengers Forever HeroClix set that just came out. There were a lot of Young Avengers keyworded figures. And I'm going to be building a 400-point team that is Young Avengers. It's a +8 Young Avengers theme team. So let's get started and take a look at the figures in this build. We're going to start with Patriot. He brings us leadership. Here's Patriot right here. You can see his sculpt. Patriot has defend and leadership traded, and he has, we'll take a look at his stats. He has 8 speed with charge, 10 attack with quake, 18 defense with toughness, 3 damage. He comes in at 40 points, and he does have a team up card, so I will show that team up card here on the screen. That team up card is going to be really useful. With that team up card, you can essentially bring back your figures from being KO'd. Instead of being KO'd, they turn to their last non-KO click, and you roll a d6 and heal them half the result. So you can do that with each one of your Young Avengers figures. So that's going to be really cool. So that is Patriot. He's 40 points. And don't forget, this is a 400-point build. So you'll have, with the leadership, you'll have 5 actions on this build. So there's Patriot. Our next figure is going to be Reptile. Take a look at Reptile. Reptile has a trait. At the beginning of your turn, you may turn Reptile to click number 1, 2, or 3, and he has another trait. When Reptile would be KO'd by an opposing effect, you may roll a d6. On a 4 through 6, turn him to click 1 instead, protected pulse wave. So that's in addition to the team up card revival that Patriot is giving you. So he's going to be very hard to KO. He's a really good tie-up piece. I'll just show you his stats. He has 2 targets, 0 range, 2 targets, 9 speed with flurry on that first click, 10 attack with quake, 17 defense with toughness, and 3 damage with shape change. So he also has that shape change in addition to the rollout that he gets if you would KO him. So Reptile's going to be very hard, very pesky figure to KO. He's going to be a good tie-up figure. So that's 80 points total. We have 2 40-point figures. Let's take a look at the next figure. And this is Hawkeye. This is the figure that I was thinking about from my last video. If you haven't watched my video on my comic book unboxing video, I had Hawkeye number 1 that I submitted to CGC, and it has I mean, it's not the original Hawkeye #1. It's the Hawkeye from 2012, Matt Fraction. but this is the Kate Bishop that's in that series. She has running shot and sidestep as a speed power. This Hawkeye, so those first two figures were from Avengers Forever. This figure is set number 12 from War of the Realms. We'll take a look at the back of her card. She has 8 speed with that running shot sidestep. She has 8 range with 3 targets, which is crazy, especially in today's game. 12 attack with penetrating psychic blast, and 17 defense with energy shield deflection. She's only 50 points. She's got 3 damage, and she can split that up 3 ways if she wants, because she's got the 3 targets. She's got the Avengers team ability. So really good Hawkeye. Oh, let me show you her sculpt. So we'll move these 2 back. And this is Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. So if you didn't get her from War of the Realms, definitely go grab her. She's a really good figure and a common, I think. So we'll put Hawkeye over there. So those are our first 3 figures. She's 50 points, so that's 80 plus 50, that's 130. Okay. Then our next figure is going to be Iron Lad. And he is also from Avengers Forever. We're going to be playing him at 75 points. So both Hawkeye and Iron Lad are range attack figures. So Iron Lad has a follow-up trait. It's a trait called follow-up. Free once per turn for all characters with a follow-up trait. Make an attack using Iron Lad's printed combat values, but only to target a single character hit with an attack made by another friendly character with the Young Avengers keyword. So if you hit someone with one of your figures, you can follow up with Iron Lad and make a free attack, which is really cool. He also has a defense power, invulnerability, super senses, and willpower. He's 75 points, 6 range, single target. He's a flyer. We're playing him on that first starting line. 10 speed, running shot, 11 attack, pen psi, 18 defense with that special defense power, and 3 damage with probability control. So it's always good to have prob on your team, and he makes for another solid range attacker. So you have you have your leadership with Patriot, you have a tie-up piece with Reptile. Reptile can attack too. Don't forget that he can do some damage. Hawkeye is a really good range attacker, and then Iron Lad is another good range attacker. So you have him. He also has the Avengers team ability as well. Let's take a look at the next figure, which is Miss Marvel. Look at her sculpt. So there's Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel moves through characters, which is great. She has a rally trait that's called Rally. When an opposing character within line of fire would roll a single d6, you may remove one of Ms. Marvel's rally dice to replace that die. And she gets rally dice when you have a friendly attack roll that has a 2 in it. So for every 2 that you have in one of your friendly attack rolls, you add a rally dice to her card. If you roll 2 2s, if you roll a 4 with 2 2s, then you get 2 rally dice, right? And you can remove one of them to use that ability. She also has a trait, Morphogenetics, free, choose one. Ms. Marvel can use the chosen effects until you choose again. Protected, Pulse Wave. And the 3 effects that she can use are Modified Defense +1 and Tiny Size, Precision Strike and Standard Size, or Close Combat Expert and Giant Size. If you choose that Giant Size one, then she can carry people around. So you do have some flyers already. You have Iron Lad as a flyer, and Miss Marvel can carry people around because she's a giant if you want her to be. We're using her at her largest point value, which is 70 points. So she's going to have 10 speed with charge, 11 attack with quake, 18 defense with impervious, and 3 damage with shape change. Okay. You know, also don't forget she'll have that giant reach if you make her a giant, and she'll have close combat expert, which will effectively make her a 12 for 4. But you don't have to use the giant size. You can make her tiny size if you need to. She's very versatile, so she's a close attacker that's pretty versatile. So with that, we have 40 and 40 is 80, 50 is 130, and 75 and 70. So that's 275 points total so far. Let's take a look at the next figure, which is Miss America. This is our only super rare of this team. So here's Miss America. She's a really good figure. I really like her. She moves through blocking, so if you do get put on like a certain map where you need to break blocking or get through blocking, she can do that. She has hypersonic speed, but gains passenger 2 instead of passenger 0. So she can also carry people around while she's using hypersonic. She has a defense power, combat reflexes, toughness, and willpower. She also has the Avengers team ability, which a lot of these figures do. Oh, I just revealed the next figure, so you can see what that's going to be. Miss America has flying, so she can carry those 2 figures while she's flying. She has 0 range, 2 targets, 8 speed with that hypersonic ability, 11 attack, 18 defense with impervious, and 3 damage with empower. And that empower is going to be really good with your close attackers because you can boost their damage. And she's only 50 points. That's a great value for 50 points. So that brings us up to 275 plus 50 is 325. So we have 75 points left to build with because this is a 400 point team. So this is 325 points total so far. Let's take a look at Scarlet Witch. This is the Scarlet Witch common from War of the Realms. She's a very good common. Set number 004. She has flying, and her special speed power is phasing teleport, passenger 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her. So she's going to be a great taxi. She can carry 3 people around, phase teleport. She gets that extra square of movement with the Avengers team ability, and she also has telekinesis and prob. We'll take a look at her stats on the back. You can see she has a little bit of telekinesis if you need it. She has prob. If you knock her to her last 2 clicks, she gets barrier. You have 2 probs on this team with Iron Lad and Scarlet Witch. So that's going to be really good. Also, you have a lot, you're going to have a lot of actions because you have 5 actions on this team. So you're going to need to carry people around. This is a +8 theme team. So you will need to carry a bunch of people around. It's a good thing that you have some flyers, some giant sized characters, and also Scarlet Witch that can carry 3. Okay. So that brings us to our last figure. And that is, we can't have Scarlet Witch without Vision, right? So let's take a look at Vision. And I chose Vision for a specific reason, not just because Scarlet Witch is on the team, but we did have 45 points left, so this makes 400 total, because Scarlet Witch was 30, and now Vision is 45. He's from the set number 24 from the Avengers Forever set. He has a trait once per game, power, generate up to 2, set number 24 visions on click 9, so you're going to need 2 more of them. Let's see if I can squeeze them in here. 2 more of them on click 9, right? Okay, and you can see that their clicks are different on click 9 than on click 1. If Vision started the game on click number 9, it can't generate characters and has a 0-point value for all effects, including a scoring protected pulse wave. Okay, and if we take a look at Vision's back of his card and what he's got going on for his stats, he's 45 points. He's a flyer, so he can carry people around. He's got 5 range with a single target, 10 speed with phasing teleport, 11 attack with ink cap, 18 defense with super senses, 3 damage with enhancement. So that 45 point Vision is going to be great to go with like your Hawkeye and your Iron Lad to give enhancement and boost up their damage. But then the click 9 Visions that come in, you know, you're going to want a power action at the beginning of the game to generate those. When you have like actions to use up in the beginning of the game, you know, you don't have to do it right away, but you know, you can power action whenever it's necessary. But those click 9 Visions, you can see that they also have phasing teleport, so they can be taxis. They can carry people around, but they also have empower and instead of enhancement. So the main 45 point Vision gets enhancement. You'll use him with like your range attackers. The empower is going to be really good with Miss America because she can carry 2. She has passenger 2, so she can carry both of those Visions, and she can get +2 damage on her close attack, her hypersonic. Also, if you need to, Miss Marvel, when she's giant size, can carry one of those Visions and get an empower from that, and get +1 damage from that. Also, the Visions themselves can be taxis and carry around other figures because they're flying and they have phasing teleport. So, and the Avengers team ability, which gives them +1 to their movement, +1 to their speed when they're making a move action. So, that's the team, and I think it's a really fun team. It's a lot of figures, but you can, and there's a lot of. You have 5 actions and you have like 10 figures here, but you can definitely move them around because there's a lot of ways of carrying them. And I think it'll be really fun if you have that team up card, Patriot team up card, to kind of bring them back to life when they get KO'd. So that can be pretty annoying. I think it would be a fun team though to play at a local 400 point event, and this is a 400 point modern team. This is entirely modern legal. So that's it. You've been watching my team build with Tlish video of 8+8 Young Avengers theme team, 400 point theme team, modern age. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, wake up and smell the clicks.